Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we decode the hidden meanings behind company filings. And today we've got a little something from Soluna Holdings, Incorporated, that might just spark some electricity in your brain. Get ready, because this filing is all about smart energy management for the future of computing. We are talking about partnering with a giant in technology to handle the power demands of artificial intelligence and super powerful computers. Now, before we dive in, if you enjoy these deep dives that cut through the corporate jargon and get to what really matters, make sure you are subscribed. And hey, we have a fantastic community over on Discord where you can chat all things corporate finance. So check out that link in the description below. Alright, so what we have here is a Form 8K, which is basically a heads-up filing that companies have to make when something significant happens. In this case, Soluna Holdings Incorporated is announcing a pretty big move. They've signed a Memorandum of Understanding, or MOU, with Siemens Incorporated. Now, Siemens Incorporated is a huge name, a leader in things like electrification, automation, and digitalization, which are all fancy words for making sure things run efficiently and are connected through technology. Soluna Holdings Incorporated, or SLNH as you might see it, is focused on renewable energy and using that clean power for things like high-performance computing, which includes all that buzz around AI. So, why is this partnership with Siemens Incorporated so important? Well, imagine you are running a massive AI computation, like training a super smart robot. This requires an incredible amount of electricity, and it can come in big sudden bursts. What this deal is all about is finding a way to manage those power swings. Siemens Incorporated is bringing its expertise in power management and control systems, and Soluna is providing the renewable energy infrastructure and the computing needs. Together, they want to create a system that can handle these demanding workloads without messing up the power grid. Think of it like having a smart power buffer that can deliver exactly what is needed, when it is needed, using clean energy. This is key for the future of AI and data centers, which are going to need more and more power. Now, a lot of these filings can get bogged down in legal and financial details, but the core of this is a strategic partnership aimed at solving a very real and growing problem in the tech world. They are essentially building a behind-the-meter power solution, which means they are managing the power right where it is being used before it even goes out to the wider grid. This is crucial for stability and efficiency. Let's touch on the stock information you might see. The company's common stock trades under the ticker symbol SNH on the Nasdaq Stock Market LLC. They also have preferred stock, which is a different class of ownership, trading as SLNHP. For the sake of this report, the most important number we see relates to shares, and the currency mentioned is US dollars. The dates are consistent, pointing to the 8th of January 2026 as the key date for this announcement. The report itself is dated the 8th of January 2026, which is when this MOU was announced. This signifies a forward-looking strategy for Soluna Holdings Incorporated, aiming to position themselves at the intersection of renewable energy and advanced computing. So to recap the main event here, Soluna Holdings Incorporated has partnered with Siemens Incorporated to innovate how we power the demanding workloads of AI and high-performance computing using renewable energy. This is not just about generating power, but intelligently managing its use to meet the massive fluctuating demands of modern digital infrastructure. Now, let's shift gears and look at what this means from a business perspective. This partnership is a big deal because it addresses a critical bottleneck for the entire AI industry. Companies running large language models or complex simulations need immense amounts of power, and doing so sustainably and affordably is a major challenge. By teaming up with Siemens Incorporated, a global leader in industrial technology, Soluna Holdings Incorporated is not just talking about solutions, they are actively building them with a credible partner. This move signals a clear strategic direction for Soluna Holdings Incorporated. They are moving beyond just being a renewable energy provider to becoming a key enabler of the next generation of computing. The implications here are significant for anyone betting on the continued growth of AI, cloud computing, and data centers. They are essentially trying to create a perfect marriage between clean energy and the insatiable appetite of digital processing. Looking at the legal structure here, we see the company is incorporated in Nevada, holds a commission file number of 001 40,261, and has an IRS employer identification number of 14 to 1,462,255. These are standard corporate identifiers. The address of their principal executive offices is listed as 325 Washington Avenue, Agnew Extension, Albany, New York 12,205. However, for our purposes today, the operational and strategic implications of this partnership are far more interesting than their mailing address. Their former name or former address is stated as NAA, meaning no changes on that front. As for their status, they are not electing to use the extended transition period for new or revised financial accounting standards. If they were an emerging growth company, indicated by the unchecked box, this suggests a commitment to keeping up with current accounting practices. The core of this filing, identified as Item 7.01 Regulation FD Disclosure, is precisely about this announcement. Regulation FD, or fair disclosure, is there to ensure that all investors receive important information at the same time. So, by filing this document, Soluna Holdings Incorporated is letting the public know about this significant MU with Siemens Incorporated. This statement perfectly captures the essence of the filing. They are working with Siemens Incorporated to test and implement a system that manages the electricity use for AI and supercomputing right at the source, using renewable energy. This is about making sure that the intense power needs of these advanced technologies can be met in a smart, efficient, and sustainable way. It is important to note that information provided under this section, like this press release, is usually for informational purposes and does not carry the same legal weight as, say, financial statements that are officially filed. This means that while it is important news, it is not a formal declaration of financial performance under certain sections of the Exchange Act. Finally, we have Item 9.01, which covers financial statements and exhibits. In this case, the main exhibit here is the press release itself, marked as Exhibit 99.1, and the interactive data file, which is the cover page interactive date file. This is where the details of the Maoju are laid out. The entire focus of this 8K is to inform the public about this strategic partnership. The signatures at the end confirm that the company is duly authorized to make this filing, with David C. Michaels, the Chief Financial Officer, signing on behalf of Soluna Holdings Incorporated. This formalizes the report. Now, looking at this from a broader perspective, Soluna Holdings Incorporated is making a bold bet on the future. The massive growth in AI and high-performance computing is undeniable, but so is the strain it places on energy resources. This partnership with Siemens Incorporated is a smart move to address this head on. Their strength lies in their forward-thinking approach and their ability to attract a partner with the technical prowess of Siemens Incorporated. They are essentially positioning themselves as a critical piece of the infrastructure needed for the digital revolution. However, there are always risks. The success of this move will depend on the successful deployment and validation of their power and controls approach. This is a complex technological challenge, and the market for AI-driven energy management is still relatively nascent. They will need to prove that their solution is not only technically sound, but also economically viable and scalable. Competition in the energy and tech sectors is fierce, and they will need to execute flawlessly to stay ahead. In conclusion, this filing paints a picture of a company that is not shy about tackling big challenges. Soluna Holdings Incorporated, through its partnership with Siemens Incorporated, is aiming to be a leader in sustainable and efficient power solutions for the age of AI. It is a strategic play that could set them up for significant growth if they can deliver on their promises. What is your take on this partnership and what it means for the future of energy and AI? Let me know in the comments below. If you found this breakdown helpful, please hit that like button. It really tells YouTube that this content is valuable. And of course, subscribe to Corporate Decoder for more insightful analyses of the business world. Don't forget to join our Discord community for more in-depth discussions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next Decode.